leadership. There we go. Excited to have our leadership in Skills USA at HOSA here tonight. Students, you are up.
Hello, I would first like to say I hope everyone has been having a good day so far. I would like to start with introductions. I am Kim, the president of SkillsUSA for the AM section, and I come from Medical Assisting. I'm sorry. And
Could you tell us your high school?
my high school is Independence High School.
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Aiden Lopez. I ran from Santa Teresa High School. I'm president of PM from Fire Science.
Wow.
My name is Amanda Otis. I'm a voting delegate. I am from Fire Science PM and I attend Delmar High School.
My name is Zia Mehta. I go to Evergreen Valley High School. I'm a PM chapter officer and I do veterinary science.
My name is Michelle Lee. I'm a secretary for PM and I'm in forensics here at SVCTE and I go to Evergreen Valley High School also.
Hi, my name is Liam. I am the current chapter officer along with the industry partners chairperson for AM. My home school is Pioneer.
Hello, I'm Cody Turner, and I am Sergeant at Arms in the AM section, and I go to Brandon High School.
Hello, my name is Hannah Bowe. I'm currently a chapter officer for AM and the community outreach chair, and I am the medical assistant. I go to Evergreen.
Hi, my name is Kai Vander. I do forensics here at SVCTE. I'm the current historian of the AM cabinet.
My name is Francesca Chong. I am the AM forensics class and I'm the vice president. Hi, my name is Lizette Sanders. I am a reporter for AM and I attend Wilcox High School.
Hello, I am Damien Renteria. I am a chapter officer and the chairperson for the competitions committee. And the high school I go to is Independence High School.
What is AM?
In the morning.
Morning
class.
It has two sections and a PM.
AM session. Yeah. Wow, that is our executive board.
This is the AM Executive Board. Our mission. Under Article 2, purposes of the Skills USA High School Division bylaws, the purpose of the organization is to assist students in establishing realistic career goals, to promote standards in trade ethics, workmanship, and scholarship and safety. It's also to help students with a purposeful life, to help the ability of students to plan together, organize, and carry out worthy activities and projects through the use of the democratic process. We'll do this by giving students access to industry-relevant skills in a competitive setting. We are preparing them for the workforce and giving them the tools they need to succeed in industries with growing skill gaps. We will serve as guides, facilitators, and advisors to its students involved in the CTE programs and Skills USA competitions. We explore the Skills USA framework and essential elements, allowing students to define, develop, and demonstrate the skills identified. We connect businesses and industry to classroom learning, bringing relevancy to technical education and Skills USA framework instruction. We also prepare students to demonstrate their skills through local championships that are assessed by business and industry.
Our goals this year for the club is to increase communication and awareness among our students by sharing information to all classes on the campus. We propose to do this by having a newsletter, and these newsletters allow students to know when workshops are. We hope to host workshops that give students hands-on experience because Skills USA is very hands-on competition. And we would also like to do fundraising ideas with clear and concise guidelines. Furthermore, we want to use social media to advertise club activities and other information.
as for right now, we have some ongoing projects like the student store that we just recently opened. These are some pictures of them from PM. And then we have the SkillsUSA registration, and then where you sign up for the SkillsUSA competition. And then we have the Chapter of Excellence program involvement, and also professional development workshops where students can go and they can get a better idea of what they want to do later. And then we also have newsletters, which our president mentioned, or AM president mentioned. So,
The newsletter serves as an essential communication tool for a chapter, keeping students informed and engaged with their club activities, updates, resources. Our goal with the newsletter is to ensure students stay up to date on events, competitions, information, and on important guidelines. To make the newsletter more accessible and organized for students, we're planning on utilizing platforms like Canva and Google Classroom, so students have a centralized location for announcements, newsletters, resources, to make it easy for them to access the information.
Hello, I'm the vice president, and one of our main jobs is just to help organize committees. And basically the committees are what helps organize the clubs as a whole school too. Some include professional development, competitions, community outreach, teaching partners, community teaching, and learning engagement. And right now, today we are going to be having two people from the teaching partners committee and the community outreach committee. And these are both our teaching assistants, and we're going to be both explain to you what we're proposing and also moving on to plan to do in the future. Hello, I'm the community outreach chair. My name is Anna. Hello. And our focus for our community service project this year is helping to promote and expand on our RAPS mission. So RAPS is an organization that stands for Resource Area for Great Teachers, and the mission is to provide kids with STEAM hands-on learning experiences. Our proposal right now is to hold fundraisers or donation drives that will contribute to the RAPS organization and also support accessibility of materials to students. Current production of the community service project going include organizing large groups of students to establish RAP warehouses in order to make the STEAM kits for RAP stand out, or contacting schools that haven't yet been partnered with RAP, so we can get the students at those schools with the same experience that schools that have been partnered with RAP are currently experiencing.
Excuse me, I can hear you, but I'd like to hear you better if you can move that microphone up.
I'm sorry. Okay, and two more directions that the current project go in is holding a material donation drive at SVCTE, so students at SVCTE can contribute to the project by donating materials and they have, just so that we can give that to RAP and they can by then distribute and make the STEAM kits using that. Or we can also hold a kit building event at SVCTE, which RAP offers, and then students would be able to help RAP's mission without having to go anywhere. And
Hi, I'm Liam Groh. I'm the current chairperson of AIM's Industry Partners. I just want to preference this by saying in the 12 weeks of being here at SVCTE, I have already seen 2 accounts of industry outreach in this school. And I personally believe that industry outreach can be further expanded on. That is why I'm going to describe to you guys my proposal of reformation regarding industry partners. Some background information. Industry partners is entailed to help students further their opportunities and obtain opportunities to provide to the students enrolled in SkillsUSA along with this SVCTE program. So under Article 2 of the of purposes under the SkillsUSA High School Division bylaw, it states that the purpose of this organization are to assist in establishing realistic career goals, to promote high standards in the ethics, workmanship, scholarship, and safety, and to help students obtain a purposeful life. I see two grand issues in the current way that Industry Partners is ran. I see an ineffective use of the committee's industry partners through unstructured, unorganized years previously, and have left alumni of SVCTE and SkillsUSA without adequate representation and preparation in terms of forming meaningful connections to employers. I also see the constant cycles of planned obsolescence through the way of leadership being rotated annually by SkillsUSA cabinet members it continues to hinder the potential of future attraction regarding already fluctuating opportunities in the local community. There's several issues created by this. There's an existence of students at SVCTE and previous alumni not receiving the desired and expected assistance in finding their footing on the path of their chosen field of work. To preference the next issue, it's common knowledge that business and industries rely on consistency, a consistent growth of the revenue, consistent stream of new workforce. With all of this in mind, businesses and the industries are less likely to reach out and respond in attempts to reach out, and are more likely to overlook SVCTE for the sole reason of inconsistency and lack of foundation. I also see that unset guidelines for partners of industry who do enter this school are left unregulated in the ways of allowing for way of predatory attempts, misleading information, and bias in the fields of work, putting students at risk. My proposal, and a disclaimer about this proposal, that it goes without saying that in no way will this hinder or take away any freedoms of that year's Industry Partners Cabinet Committee, or that year's Committee of Proper Authority still has the authority to still edit, add, remove, or alter these proposed guidelines and information found in proposed directive. The proposal itself allows for the current creation of a standing guidelines that are to be added, removed, altered by the annual IP Cabinet's chairperson through the vote of the democratic process of the local chapters for future partners of industry to adhere by. A standing compiled /response directory for future participants in the Industry Partners Committee would allow for annual chair and co-chair to inherit and may have the right to use, view, contact, set up, add, or remove various general, local, state, nationwide, or global business contact information in his which to be used in providing, setting up, and organizing opportunities throughout partners of industry for years to come. My rationale for all of this is the purpose of these additions is the current and future of IP committees is to provide the necessary guidelines and background information required in having consistent, prosperous flow of opportunity to the so many scholar students I see at SVCTE. I see every day, in addition to providing a valuable and vital foundation for years to grow off of, and the assumption of SVCTE's curriculum being up to date with the industry standards / development, future and current students at SVCTE will have a competitive advantage in getting educated in advances, or in being educated in such advances. The question I ask you is, what company wouldn't want to have an educated, up-to-date worker? By default, build a consistent and loyal relationship with local businesses. The question brings up my final rationale. Instead of allowing for a yearly based connection for companies and businesses to reach out to, or for the current annual members to reach out to, allowing for a yearly base, or opting for an Industry Partners Committee member to build and stand on these relationships with partners in industry through years of guest speakers, scouts of the industry, check out that year's classes, or any other forms of interaction between SVCTE and partners in industry would help increase the likelihood of opportunity to flow onto the SVCTE campus. That is all. Thank you.
I'd like to propose to you guys, just to make sure that our club has a way to earn money for our competition expenses. If maybe you know, but our chapter club has recently sprouted up. It wasn't here for the past couple of years, so we're kind of starting from fresh. We're figuring out our rules, but for our ideas, we were thinking raffles, movie nights, cat washes. Just to elaborate on, is people could bring their own pets, and we would use our veterinary science classroom to give pet washes. I'm part of veterinary science, and bathing is actually my assigned skill, so I promise they'll be in good care. We also have talent shows, prizes for the winner to encourage participation. We would charge an entry fee to watch, all fun. Seasonal fairs are something we were thinking of to promote more people coming onto our campus. Just to kind of see what SVCTE is like, it would also promote our publication of the campus. More people would figure out what we do here and how they can get involved, get enrolled. We have seasonal gift baskets and new clothing designs. So we have a lot of other free events for all ages as well. But that's really neat so far. So it's just something to okay, and then that's all. So thank you so much for listening to us, our proposals and ideas, and us as a club.
Just a quick comment from the last person. Y'all did a phenomenal job. You do not sound like a brand new club that's just getting started. You sound like a club that's been around for a while that knows exactly what you're doing. So well done.
There's a lot of suggestions from the industry partners. So do we have anything in writing, and then so we can take a look at that one?
Yes, of course. I have fully organized my proposal onto a very legible and understandable document in which anyone should feel free to view. For the proposal itself, it is something that I'm very passionate about, especially giving opportunity to a thriving school such as this. And I see so many opportunities where students can have scouts or can have job opportunities come into this school system when I have rarely seen any. And from previous accounts of friends and alumni of this school, their opportunity, the fluctuation of different, the fluctuation of the rotation caused by the rotation of the yearly cabinets has left some years with less opportunity than most.
Great. So if we can share that with our admin, the leadership team, and then they can share that with the board, and we can take a look at that one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then are you making this industry partners? Are you mean all of the classes we have, or do you have any of those particular ones you are interested?
So for this industry partners, if I'm understanding the question correctly, this would be for not just any specific classes, this would be for all courses offered at SVCTE and the future courses to come.
Okay, yeah. If in the last few years, I know like at the board meeting, we actually occasionally were invited alum, and came to share, from a different program, so let's see what else, we can do even more.
Can I ask you, how would you feel if you were asked to come back every year, for example? If a committee were to build a relationship with you, would you feel more comfortable attending those meetings?
Yeah, of course.
I see no reason why any industry partners, any partners of industry wouldn't feel the same. And that's why I really do try and push for this.
I was under the impression that we do that, but maybe it's not that consistent.
Yes.
So we can always do it better, and
so,
I really appreciate it, hear from the students' voice on that. So.
Of course. And, sorry. Thank you.
Any more comments?
We got one more introduction.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Friends, take me.
Hi, I'm Holly Bradley. I'm the reporter.
Come up to the microphone, please.
I can be loud enough, it's okay.
You have to make it official.
Hello, hi, I'm Holly Bradley. I'm the reporter for the PM Chapter Club. I go to Saratoga High School and I'm here to take photos of everybody.
Wow.
We saw you lurking, we knew.
Yeah. It turned out good, don't worry. Thank you.
Okay, so you're from Saratoga High School? Awesome. Okay.
And PM.
What? Yes. Okay.
Well, I just want to say that you all have a sense of kind of being leaders. And a lot of you speak with such self-confidence, and it's like, wow, you're standing out in a really good way. Oops, I didn't use the microphone.
Okay, repeat it. So the teacher wanted to, yeah.
I just wanted to thank y'all for your time and listening to our students here. You know, they have a pretty big job that they've embraced like completely. You know, I really want to take the time to publicly on a recorded, video to affirm like each and every one of you for all of your hard work over the last like few months. If you don't know about the selection process for your SVCTE SkillsUSA Chapter Club cabinet members, executive team, and chapter officers respective, I'll take a second to kind of walk y'all through it.
Sure.
So, total score, 100 points, 45 points. Essentially, you can get up to 45 points based off your student popular vote. 40 points, up to 40 points based off of like how you interview. And, the rest is off of the written tests in which they were tested off of, what are like the SVCT school colors and the mission statement and et cetera. We have quite a few students on campus here. So, these are like the best of the best. So,
We can kind of tell, but we appreciate that.
Well, once again, I wanted to thank our students. This is so critically important to hear our students' voice. And every one of you, today's, in here presented your idea and presented your mission and then being an ambassador for our school district is incredible. And thank you so much willing to step up, taking on this leadership position. Each one of you are going to be our champion, in this particularly wonderful program. So thank you very much, and I hope you continue, to give us your voice and let us know, how we can better serve you and help you and support you to have a meaningful life and career. Okay? All right. Thank you. Yeah.
So this, we have 184 students in SkillsUSA. Maybe I should ask you, is that correct? Active competing in regionals?
Actually, it's more than that. I've been registering all day.
Wow.
So it looks like we're going to reach like just over 200 students.
Wow.
That's over double last year.
Wow.
These teachers are working really, really hard for students, and I know I've seen you in action a couple of times in the room. I can't wait to talk to you about industry partners and other things, and everything I heard tonight aligns with our strategic plan. So please let us know how we can support you, and at very minimum, we are your cheerleaders. So proud of you all. Thank you, Ms. August, and the teachers that help support this as well.
Thank you. This is always the highlight of the board meeting. Okay, and now we have the next one.
Yes, would you introduce instructor and Kevin?
I'd like to welcome our teacher that's been with us. This is her second year, Nadine Gonzalez. Last year, she had the students get their mental health A certification, as well as participating in the Allen Rock Middle School. She's an incredible teacher. Students are engaged, and I will hand it over to her.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to be here this evening. Thank you again for your time and for being here so late to be able to showcase our program. So I'm Nadine Gonzalez. This is my second year here as a medical assistant teacher. I absolutely love what I do, especially our students. They're some of the best I've ever encountered, especially these fine folks next to me. So a little bit about what we are learning this year, medical assistant scope of practice. So you can see here with all the bullet points, this is everything that I strive to teach our students. I will say this year at the beginning of the year, I put a big emphasis on mental health project, and we actually hosted our first annual mental health gallery walk. So collectively, our students made charts regarding mental health to kind of kill the stigma about, it's not very talked about a lot of times, now. And so they wanted to bring that into the classroom and then showcase to our administration. We were honored enough to have Ms. O'Neill with us for that morning. They were able to tell some of their stories. So in my classroom, we strive to get 4 national certifications. Again, being mental health first aid, this is my second year bringing that into the classroom. And then the main one though is the CCMA exam. So we do that through the National Healthcare Association. That is the clinical certified medical assisting exam that they will take after they get certified through us here at SVCTE. I also prepare them for the CPT1, which is a certified phlebotomist, and then CPR and first aid. They just obtained that last week in the classroom, and they all successfully passed. We do get 30 high school credits, and then again, career advancement is more prominent with national certification. So these are a few of the pictures from our mental health gallery walk here. So they did host it that morning, and it was pretty awesome because we were able to host our counselors as well for that morning meeting. So here they are as well. And then here's my PM class with all their certifications. So right now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to 2 of my students, Kim being the president and Hannah here as well, so they will be able to tell you more about our program. Thank you again for your time this evening.
Hello, my name is Hannah. My name is Kim, and we're in the medical assisting AM class. So what we've learned so far starting from August to now, like Ms. Gonzalez said before, we did a mental health unit where we learned to recognize mental health issues and solutions. And we also became mental health certified for teenagers. And we recently did our resume and cover letters. We generated cover letters in case, like, in the future we might need it for a job. And we also made cold calls because next semester we're working with volunteering, such as helping the elderly, reading to them, and vice versa. So we would call some of the nursing homes. And we also got CPR and first aid certified just last week, actually. Yeah.
Okay, and like we mentioned earlier, the mental health project. This is actually the board that we made for our project. It's Apple Theme, like the technology. And I think after this certification and my project, I feel like I learned a lot about mental health. I learned how to unstigmatize it and how we can talk about in order for more people to gain help. And I also learned about different ways to recognize the signs of mental health and how even us as teenagers, like people in high school, became certified and how we're able to help everyone around us by just reaching out to them, being there for them, and which is very okay. And I feel like
an aspect of the class and SVCTE in general that I really I'm glad that I'm here and able to experience is how it really prepares us for real life and just being in the workforce. Because the idea of professionalism and having to show up every day and be very professional and ready all the time for work is something that I feel like is not emphasized as much at our home schools. Like, for example, every day we have to wear scrubs, and apparently in our uniform that we have to wear. And I think it just prepares students and high school students to really take a step out into the real world, which is something that high schools really don't do. For example, expectations in the classroom and expectations at SVCTE in general are just so much higher, and I think that really just makes it better to give us this expectation and for us to learn now when it's still okay for us to make mistakes. So when we go out into the workforce and actually have to work to get a job, we're not as nervous or we're not as scared because we've already gotten that experience before. And I think especially the medical assisting class at Ms. Gonzalez has done a lot to really implement that in us, and she's very understanding with us just because it's our first year starting it. Some of us, it's our first year starting it too. So I'm just really appreciative for everything that they've done just to prepare us and how we wanted to talk about our personal experiences in the class because we felt like that was really important. Personally for me, I really like how Ms. Gonzalez ran her class. I feel like she's an excellent teacher. And coming into SVCTE, I was really scared because I thought I would be overwhelmed because I do take all APs back at my home school. But Ms. Gonzalez has always been really understanding. She always tells me that if I feel too overwhelmed, I can always talk to her. And I feel like she keeps a really open communication with her students. Everything she teaches us, she breaks it down step by step. And she always steps back and asks us if we had any questions and all that. So I feel like I really appreciated her as a teacher, and I've learned a lot so far in these past weeks. Yeah, and my personal experience, I remember when the idea of SVCTE was first introduced to me, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, oh, a different school, I have to go back and forth, how different the environment can be, and to be brand new people that I've never met before. I feel like going to high school with the same people for 4 years already. But yeah, what really pushed me is that I wanted to take a step out of my comfort zone and really just experience something else. And I think SVCTE has gone above and beyond my expectations of what I expected. And especially in my medical assisting class, I was really scared at first. I was like him because I'm taking exams at my school as well. And I was worried about how the workload would be, how I would be able to balance everything. But because of how much we learned about time management in the class and how everything is balanced, I've learned to really find a good balance between my work life and my school life and here and I mean with the SkillsUSA, and although it's still a lot, I'm so grateful for the opportunity I've gotten here and everything that we provide in my class, especially because the environment here is just so welcoming, and I really appreciate that especially when a lot of people like myself are so scared. Oh, sorry. And one more thing, one of our skills that we were talking about is vitals and blood pressure. So I do have a stethoscope and the blood pressure cuff if anyone would like me to practice on them. But you have to just roll up your sleeve a little bit. Sorry.
A little bit.
Yeah. Simulate the experience right now. Yeah.
You need to perform CPR.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Anna. I'll be the medical assistant today. So we're just going to get started with your vitals. And I'm doing the blood pressure. So this is the blood pressure cuff, and it's just going to go right around your arm. You're going to feel a little bit of a squeeze. Nothing to be worried about.
It's like when the dentist says you're going to get a little pinch and it's a scorpion. be relaxed.
Actually, expected to be a little hospital like that.
Is anybody staring at you? Huh? Replacing desks, is that what's happening?
That was actually quite high. It was around.
Just whisper. Just whisper. We don't have to know.
It seemed like around 152 overall, actually.
Call 911.
No more generic. Where's that Suzuki?
I didn't want to factor second affected blood pressure too, like if there's high stress or what you've eaten today. So yeah.
Suzuki.
Any comment?
Just a quick question. I'd love to hear a little bit more about the cold calls. So, just because I'm curious, as someone who's getting a little older, do you call me up and say what?
What I've done in the past is in class, we would give calls to the nursing homes and we would introduce ourselves and we'd say, we're currently taking medical assisting and we're currently trying to get a certification. Would you guys be willing to take any volunteers? And then if they say yes, I would write down like the date and then what days they would be free for us to volunteer.
Oh,
but
I
that was
see.
about it. Yeah.
So you're calling staff. I envision you calling residents.
No.
Sorry, thank you.
No,
I
they
appreciate
wouldn't
it.
let you do that.
Madam President, I'll just say a few words.
Yeah.
I think it's, as far as the medical assistants, I think you've done a great job and you're incorporating this mental health aspect as well as important. And our district has just went through a loss last week and that's very vital for not only for you, but for you to be able to support, your colleagues and your possible clients in the future, whoever, as far as that's concerned as well. Maybe whether you deal with it directly or whether you find a resource for that. Thank you.
I'm wondering, since you mentioned about the mental health and you are in that class, you all get training, right? So have you thought about go back to your home school and then share that with your with your school administrator? Maybe doing something like a grassroots type of from the student, helping student, because oftentimes students feel more not that intimidating, to just go talk to the therapist or whatever. So I wonder, do you have any thought on that?
Yeah, I think that's an amazing idea. I think the idea of mental health, there's still a really big stigma around it. That's why a lot of people are scared to address it or talk about it in general. So I think that I would love to go back to my home school and talk about everything I've learned, because I feel like it was a really insightful process. And just being able to spread that knowledge, especially because I'm the same age as my peers, so it's a little bit easier coming from someone who's in the same situation, who's experienced the same things. So I think that's a really good idea. Look into that.
Okay. In which high school you're attending?
I go to Evergreen Valley and one goes to Independence.
So whose district is that?
East side.
Evergreen Valley and Independence High School, and what was the other one? That was on the East Side School District.
Santa Teresa.
Yeah, Santa Teresa.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. Any more comments? Okay. Thank you so much. I know it has been taking a lot of your precious time, from staff and then from our students. So if you want to leave, you may do so. Otherwise you are welcome to stay on with our board meeting.